I want to cut across to Kaushik Deka. He is editor, India Today Northeast, as well as my colleague Hrithik Mondal joining us from Imphal. Before we cut across to Kaushik, I want to quickly take an update from Hrithik Mondal. Hrithik, you know, tomorrow you're to travel to that village. How are the things right? Okay, we do not have Hrithik right now. We're going to try and connect to him. But Kaushik, will you take us through on what exactly went down? This was an incident that took place on the 4th of May. The trajectory of apathy is appalling if you look at it.
Yes, it is. It happened on 4th, and the most striking part of the video, apart from what exactly happened during the video, which will which actually has shaken the nation, and finally, it has actually forced the Prime Minister to break his silence on Manipur, which I think the only positive thing that has come out of the video. But also, if you have carefully noticed the video, you would see that all the men, they were armed. Either they had a dagger, or as the FIR registered mentions that they used assault weapons, even AK-47 was there. So that talks about how the state has been weaponized, and of course the violence is just a byproduct, and that has been done with a whether it's state apathy or complicity, because you know that around 4,000, by the state's own admission, 4,000 weapons were looted from police armory. Many experts say that this was actually, the loot was staged. The kind of civil war that is going on in Manipur, it cannot happen without such weapons floating around freely on both sides. There are militant groups of Kukis, then there are this vigilante group of the Métis. So what the video tells us is that as the Manipur CM today, this morning, while speaking to India Today, he himself said that there could be many such incidents. FIRs are piling up. So it actually indicates the kind of violence that went through Manipur in last 2 months. We heard about it, we read about it, we got the numbers, we had the statistics: 140 dead, 50,000 lost homes, and so many injured. But we didn't have the faintest idea what kind of horrific violence that the people of Manipur from both sides they had to go through, and this video is just one indication. Today there are several other videos coming out. I just saw one video where there were some bodies lying around in a village, supposedly to be a Meitei village. Then there was a body, severed head of a person, someone carrying it around, that allegedly belonged to a Kuki person. So there would be several such once that floodgate has opened. So tells us the horror of Manipur. After this, the entire administration, including state government, central government, armed forces, they will get together and will genuinely try to solve the issue, rising beyond the ethnic lines,
Right.
whatever.
But Kaushik, the genuineness of it all is now going to be highly doubted, because it's been the FIR registered on the 21st of June, the first arrest made after the video goes viral. And then this morning you have the Chief Minister who speaks with India Today and says that there could be hundreds of such FIRs in place, or maybe hundreds of such incidents that have taken place. You know, if you look at moral turpitude, what happens with the standing of the Chief Minister, Mr. Biren Singh?
That's a very big question. Means, as you rightly mentioned, if you talk about the incident event, if you read the FIR, it says that the women were first, two men and 3 women, they were first rescued by a police team when they had fled to the forest, and the police team was taking to a shelter, to a police station to give them shelter. And in between, just 2 kilometers away from the police station, they were abducted by a mob. Now, look at the lawlessness of the situation. The police stood helplessly when the 3 women and 2 men were abducted, and the men were killed, actually, if you go by the complaint. So on the part of the state administration, and I have been repeatedly saying that the entire administration, the ecosystem on both sides, from Kuki and Meitei, if you are a Meitei, then you are not an administrator, you are not a policeman, you are not a journalist. You become a Meitei. The same way, if you are a Kuki, you forget your professional responsibilities and you first go by your communal identity. Then these kind of things happen. It's not that the incident was not known. May 18, the complaint was filed. June 4, I read several news reports. The June 4, this incident was reported that such a thing had happened. There was no video, of course. The entire machinery woke up. After the video was out, then I spoke to several police officers why you couldn't arrest it before, or why there no action was taken. Of course, they said that the number of cases is disproportionate this time, considering the manpower they have. No justification for the delay, but also they said that there was no video, there was nothing that, and if you go to a community, nobody will identify the culprits, the perpetrators of the crime. So, and there is no possibility of even doing a identity parade, or going by the normal procedures of law, because as you can now sense that the entire law and order machinery failed. And before we blame only Biren Singh, we must not forget that the central government, repeatedly Union Home Minister, he has claimed that he is taking care of the entire law and order situation in the state. So here is a BJP government at the center, here is a BJP government at the state, and there are armed forces. Let's not forget, barring Imphal Valley, there is armed forces special in Manipur. Three powers are in control of Manipur, and still the violence goes on. So there was somewhere the message from all sides. There is a kind of message, I don't know how it was sent, that don't worry, we will back you. You go on whatever you want to do. Otherwise, if the machinery had worked, things of this sort could not have happened. See the organized structure of this activity, that such a video in today's day and time could be hidden from public view for 75 days.
Well, the fact is, you know, Kaushik, you're completely right. The internet ban continues, and one just shudders to imagine how many of such more videos could possibly come out once this internet ban is actually lifted. Thank you, Kaushik, you know, for joining us.